All right, I'm back. You still here?
Nice
Have you
pants.
have you have you had enough of my shit yet, or what?
No. This podcast brought to you by Miller Lite.
This podcast is sponsored by.
Yeah.
I would all the work for my girlfriend sit on the couch, listen to me talk about a video game, and sit on and ask her. I need a 2-minute intermission. I think that's a good clip. I'll be right back. Did you say nah? This is a good clip right here. This is good right here. All right, I'll be right back.
When you Treehouse has the fresh cut. He actually did a little bit of work for this podcast this week. I'm just kidding.
I didn't do any work for this fucking podcast. All right, don't start the same way we did last week, where you're like, "All right, we're good," and the fucking podcast starts. All right, let's get a grip here.
Okay. All right, we're good.
All right, can we get a goddamn grip? Can we get a fucking grip? All right, we good to start?
Yeah. All right, we're good.
All right, welcome in episode 2 of the Coffee House podcast. It's bam. On my left, the one, the only, Mellow Coffee. On the right is I am Treehouse. I'm gonna let Mellow introduce himself once again to start the stream, podcast, whatever the fuck you want to call this. Go ahead, Mellow.
Yeah, I think Treehouse is a bit too drunk for this, but we're gonna do it anyway. So
don't even.
So anyway, I'm MellowCoffee. The other somewhat handsome gentleman is Treehouse, and we're gonna do this thing. We're kind of gonna episode 2. Yeah, already.
Episode 2, bro.
We already got that heavy lifting done, and first episode out the door, so we're rolling now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you don't mind, I know you said I was too drunk to do this podcast, which is absurd. I'm never too drunk to do anything, first of all. I'm a trained fucking professional, Mellow. Slow your roll. All right, bud? All right, bud? You're not sitting back in the pocket reading combos. I'm not throwing any combos. Slow down. So I'd like to start with this week's ESFL card, and I'm going to apologize because I don't really know many of the Xbox dudes. As a whole, the card was pretty meh. I feel like anyone on the PlayStation side of ESFL would beat anybody on the Xbox side. And I know that's a wild take, but I don't think anybody looked great.
Well,
I know you had some shit going on.
Yeah,
it was a meh card.
I was in the car for most of it, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to watch, but I was listening, and it didn't sound very exciting. Obviously, when I get the footage, I'm gonna definitely check it out a little bit more under the microscope. But I've always felt that way, that PlayStation was kind of more competitive, I guess I want to say.
Yeah, like after watching that card, I want to buy an Xbox because I would undoubtedly be number 1 on Xbox. See, there's no doubt about it. Like, I mean, none of these guys, like, they have I don't know. I didn't see anything that impressed me.
The thing is, I've played on Xbox, and I can tell you that, especially in striking, maybe not so much in grappling, which is your bread and butter there, but in striking, it's definitely a little bit different, like just because of the controller. I feel like
the way it holds in your hand.
Yeah, like combos don't flow out as easily. I don't know if that was evident in the striking on there, especially with the sticks, even as well, like head movement. Like the Xbox controller, I don't know about the Elite because I don't have that. I just have a regular Xbox controller, but the sticks are very loose. Very, very loose. Yeah,
I don't know. I've never been an Xbox guy. I'll never be an Xbox guy. I bought one because they were cheap. Whatever the last gen was, Xbox One S or whatever the fuck it's called. But I don't know. I've been a PlayStation guy the entire time it's been out. So I don't know. I wasn't impressed. Zayev looked off, which was shocking because I think Zayev is probably one of the smartest dudes that plays this game, but I don't know. He looked off. He almost took Paddy Pimblett, which I would have, like I was watching, I would have loved to have sat here and talked about Zayaf as Paddy Pimblett winning the fight, but he took Volk and lost to a Connor, and I don't know. It just it was meh. The good news is we have a PlayStation card next week. Unfortunately, I have daddy duties and have to go to a birthday party right in the middle of the car.
Well,
which happens. I mean, it's
at least she'll get to do some shots.
Well, no, it's at a trampoline park. There'll be no shots.
That's the type of party.
There'll be no shots.
That's the type of party you might need a couple.
Yeah, I might have to order some earbuds so I can watch the card and do the podcast after. I'm curious your thoughts on the patch. I mean, I feel like this was the striking patch you were waiting for. How do you feel after the patch?
Yeah, I feel like I got patched in. Everyone talks about getting patched out. I feel like I got patched in, to be honest with you. I've been, while it's not a huge change, I've definitely noticed a difference, especially in terms of like being able to gas people out. And that's kind of what I've been looking for, in my time with the game since the patch, is that I kind of look for going to 3rd round, 4th round, even 5th round, just to really like put it through its paces and see like how much those percentages have actually changed things. And I definitely feel like it's a little more than people think. Your average ranked player, they're going in there and they're trying to get you out of there round 1. As quick as possible, get my points, get out of there. That's never the way I've played the game. That's never the way I've played the game. I've always played the game with going in there, figuring out what the other person is trying to do round 1, and then building off of that. Making adjustments to adjustments. A lot of players don't do that.
Making a read for the read. So you like the patch?
I do like the patch.
And for me, right, I have noticed very little difference. I'm still at a stamina disadvantage as per usual.
It's never stopped you before.
But I'm not a striker, so
you're not a striker.
I will say this morning I did strike a little bit with Happy Tree, and it was fun.
That's what he said. I remember reading that you kind of.
I leg kicked him to death. I took Gilmore Burns and just leg kicked the shit out of him. Then I mix in a high kick every once in a while, but like in the grand scheme of things, I don't have the patience to play the game you play, which is wild. Because the game I play is a patience game as well. I just feel like I don't know. My brain relates more with the grappling than it does with the striking. But
I will say that I'm not opposed to going to the game that you play. Like I'm not opposed to if I can't find something working in the striking, I am not opposed to shooting a takedown and going to the ground and seeing what I can get done there, because I've had success with that. I've had success with losing a fight.
Being active.
Right.
Being active.
Yeah, no. I'm saying like in terms of I've been losing a fight and then I take them to the ground and it's like fish out of water and I just have my way and end up winning the fight.
Of course. The same thing with me when I strike, right? Against guys who I fight. Like, I don't know. I bet you I've fought Yomi Slav 45 times. Jameer 150 times. Retro Rocky 300 times, Happy Tree 150 times. I've done the same thing every single fight. So when I come in and switch it up a little bit, most people are confused, right? They're like, what the fuck? What has even happening? I also think that I probably have the absolute most draws of anyone ever, because submissions are scored so highly in the eyes of the judges. If you get a submission and have 4 minutes of top control, guaranteed 10-8 from 2 judges.
Really?
And a lot of people miss that. Oh yeah, a lot of people miss that. That's like a nuanced mechanic most people don't know about.
I had a fight with who was it? I think it was Tech from our camp the other day, right? And I'm gonna show this in the podcast on the screen. But there were at least 3 rounds where it was scored 10-10.
Really?
Explain that to me.
10-10 I've seen a couple times, but I don't see it as much as strikers do. I think it's like it's too close to split, but
And
the judges are bad, man. I mean, the judges are not really good.
Yeah.
The first judge is your striking judge. The second judge is your grappling judge, and I'm not convinced.
The third judge is a wild card.
Yeah, like some days he's a grappling judge, some days he's a striking judge. It depends how he feels.
Yeah.
It's a
The
weird
third
thing.
one is definitely Sal D'Amato.
You're probably right about that. We have a big card coming up, though. I mean, this weekend's card was all right. I watched the I watched the highlights. It's Valentine's Day weekend for me, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit around and watch UFC, you know. But I did catch a couple highlights. The Dan Ige KO was vicious.
Yes.
I like things like that. They make my heart happy.
That was his friend. They trained together.
Oh,
That
but he walked him off.
Yeah.
He didn't hurt him. Walked him off, just one shot. Bang. You stop. As the boy go 1099 would say.
Yeah, don't you dare. Mix them up.
Re-clip that. As the boy go 1099 would say. We'll clip that whole thing. That whole thing's gotta go.
That's gotta go.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like that fight was good, and the Pyfer fight was close.
It was. I think a lot of people went into that thinking that. Hang on, I'm pulling up.
Well, they hyped him with the punch power.
Yeah, the Ngannou thing where he broke that punch record. Even I was a little bit on that train of. Okay, I see you. Even I was a little bit on that train of like, holy shit, this guy hits hard as shit. I mean,
yeah,
Jack.
Not really.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, I think it's a lot different hitting a stationary target versus hitting. Yeah, right.
That's the role, obviously.
Right. So
I don't know. I mean, I watched it. I don't think he hit it like it didn't look like he hit it that hard.
Right.
But you know, it's the UFC 5 curse. Every fighter that's been added to this game has lost, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, Joel
you're not lying.
Is the only one, and they fucked his character model up. Like everybody else. Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of a fighter that's been added recently that has won.
The straw weight with the fat head. The women's straw weight. Zizone.
Oh yeah. I don't think she's fought. Has she since she's been added?
I have no.
I don't think
idea.
she has. Yeah, I don't think she has.
I saw a thing today in my stream when I was live where somebody asked me what my favorite weight class was, and I was like, oh, I don't know, man. I like lightweight, men's bantamweight, welterweight. He's like, oh man, I really like the women's classes. Huh?
Nobody has ever said that.
I watched a women's strawweight fight tonight on that ESFL card. I watched one tonight.
Strange. Maybe somebody picked the class just to throw the other guy off. Who knows?
But like,
I mean, was it the Nunes class though? Was it the Nunes class?
No, it was women's strawweight.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Like, what? I got me either.
Got nothing. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out for sure. Just
yeah, I mean,
for science.
The card was meh. Zayaf looked off, and like I said, I mean, it was a meh card. Dirty Dave, is a grappler. He looked all right.
Did he grapple?
Some grappling.
He did.
Yeah, a little bit. I think he got knocked out.
Oh.
I think. I'm not 100% sure. So
I am seeing some new faces in ESFL, but on both sides, PlayStation and Xbox. I'm seeing some of the old guard. I see some of the old guard getting taken out by some of these new names, and I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Well, the game's not extremely different, but it's different enough that some of the guys that did things from the old way, it doesn't work.
Right.
And they haven't really adapted. Like a lot of the guys, like at least on the PlayStation side, like a lot of the guys who are I'm trying to think of the right word. Who are the top, like the upper echelon of UFC 4 competition, haven't necessarily adjusted to this game. Goat 1099, who I think is probably the best player in the world, is at the point now where he has actually adjusted to this game, and he's doing shit that a lot of people aren't doing.
Yeah. Yeah, Goat, and from what I've heard, he adapted very, very quickly to the game. Even in the beta, I remember it was Crooks who had told me that he picked it up and it was like nothing to him to just start dominating. So I don't expect that to change anytime soon.
No, and me either. Crooks is a guy I wish I could spend like 25 minutes with. I could teach him the entirety of what I know.
Well, next week, actually, Crooks.
I can't wait to talk to Crooks next week.
Crooks is coming on the podcast next week, so get ready for that. You're gonna get to talk to him for a little while, and maybe we can go over some stuff. Maybe we'll just talk about other things, but we'll definitely we'll touch it. We'll touch it, see how it feels.
Just for a second. Ouch, you're on my hair.
But yeah, I was also surprised by the Michael Johnson coming out and getting a victory. I thought he was pretty much, kind of on his way out.
Retired.
Yeah.
Man, UFC's a wild sport. Anything can
happen. Yeah, MMA math never adds up, right?
Oh, these guys are maniacs.
Brad Tavares and Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop. I kind of saw that one going that way from the beginning. Gregory Rodriguez, man, just looks like a freaking dominator. I mean, he literally looks like RoboCop without the suit. He looks like RoboCop without the suit. But yeah, next week's card, that's the big one. That's the one everybody's waiting on.
Yeah, and I think that's one I will obviously watch. And
let's see. Let's start with Merab and Henry Cejudo, since you love wrestling so much.
Merab's gonna make Triple C his bitch.
Yeah, you think?
It's Merab decision is the money. Easy work. Or Merab via rear naked round 2. I'll bet Merab via choke round 2.
That's official prediction. Official prediction.
He's gonna ruin Cejudo's life.
I think it's going.
Too big. Cejudo's too small, man.
I think it's going decision. I think I can't see it going in any other way. Next fight we're looking at is Jeff Neal and Ian Gary.
Jeff Neal via submission as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think all the money's going to be on Ian Gary, but I think Jeff Neal.
I'm gonna be with you in that. I hope Jeff Neal wins, just because Ian Gary. Yeah. We'll get the censor button on that one, but.
Ian Gary.
Yeah, right. Don't worry, I have a censor button just in case. You never know who's gonna show up as a guest. But yeah, Ian Gary, man, it's just he's making himself so unlikable to the point where it seems like he's just trying to get people to talk about him, no matter the cost.
Henry Cejudo style.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Right.
Same shit. Next,
if the fight actually happens, okay, because who knows? Robert Whittaker and Paulo Costa.
Whittaker decision.
Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and say Paulo Costa could come out and because he's been.
When was the last time Paulo Costa fought?
The last time? Let's see.
Yeah. 2022.
No, he fought in 2020. No, he canceled all of those fights. 2022. Yeah, it was August 20th, 2022. He fought Luke Rockhold, and he decisioned him. But that was a good fight. I remember that fight.
Luke Rockhold is older than we are. Luke Rockhold's like fucking 40, bro.
I know.
So is Paulo Costa's older than we are too, I think.
Paulo Costa, he's 32.
Oh, okay, so he's a little younger.
Yeah, he's not 30.
Much, but I mean, but he's at the end of his road.
Volk's like 35, 36, I think.
That's insane. Too old. Just like that meme you posted. Too old, bro.
Yeah, Volk is 35.
One day you wake up and you're 35 and you go, fuck.
Yeah, I'm 30. Yeah. Hey,
I'm
at least I don't really look it yet.
A month or so.
Yeah,
I don't anymore. I used to.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're off on a get off my lawn tangent for too long. We missed the main event of next week, which is Volkanovski and Topuria.
Okay, I got Topuria, which I know is a controversial take, but I think Topuria.
I hear a lot of people saying Topuria.
I think Volk's downplaying himself. I mean, Volk's one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time, but I don't know. I think Topuria has to win.
I was kind of pulling for Topuria just to kind of open the division up a little bit.
Not have to counter what I said, so I got you. No problem.
Well, a little bit, and here's why. Okay, I was pulling for him initially, and then I saw him on an Ariel podcast, right, where he says, I'm not giving Max a shot, I'm not giving Ortega a shot, I'm not giving Yair a shot.
Poirier said that?
Yeah, he said he's not giving any of those guys a shot, because they've all been there, they've all had their shot. He's like, I'm only fighting new guys, I'm not fighting the same top people. I mean, those guys are the top people in the division. You have, they're not there because statement. They're not there because they're mediocre.
Okay, so me being selfish, I hope Topuria loses and they mildly nerf him to a 4-star because he has every sub I like to use. So I would love to see Topuria lose. And you could buff Volk, whatever. I'm good at fighting Volks. But just nerf Topuria a little bit. Get him to 4 stars.
What about Bryce Mitchell? What about the new fighters?
He's all right. Bryce Mitchell's all right. No Darce.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of a deal breaker for you, isn't it?
He's mid Ortega.
Mid Ortega, okay. There was Bryce.
No Darce either.
Have you used Joe Pyfer? Probably not because he's not much of a grappler, but yeah, okay. What about Macy Barber? No? She does have some top moves that are on the ground, by the way. I think it's ground hooks and ground elbows or something like that.
Yeah.
Some of her top moves, which, I do know you love your top mount posture up, so.
Yeah, I do, but I mean, I try to take guys with big top control and sub offense.
Fair enough.
And that's kind of my...
Is there anybody you hope gets added to the game?
Yeah, Ryan Hall.
Yeah? Okay. Good one.
Gordon Ryan.
Yeah. Gordon Ryan. Special DLC.
Mikey Musumeci.
Yeah. I don't want that. But anyway. So, I think we've pretty much covered everything that we can cover for this week. There, not a lot going on. The Xbox card was kind of underwhelming. Let's see.
I mean, I think I would agree with that. One thing that I want to say and do is I want to shout out.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, man. Definitely go check out Treehouse's channel. He goes live pretty regularly throughout the week, usually after 5 p.m. Let's see, Eastern Standard Time. So, you guys can do the math from there.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
we'll be back next week, yeah?
Yeah, we'll be back next week. We have a PlayStation card that I'll actually be watching a little closer to kind of analyze and talk about.
Oh, really?
That surprises you.
I think
that surprises you.
I think we're gonna do for week 5 is a little tournament.
Well, we also have Crooks coming on the podcast next week. Don't forget about that.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
so we got Crooks next week, which will be 3.
Yeah.
And and then we'll have episode 4, and then episode 5. I think we're gonna do a little bit of a tournament.
Oh
with
yeah.
some money on the line.
Okay.
But Mellow and I will discuss.
I look
and we'll
surprised
figure out
because he
how that
hasn't
works.
brought this up to me yet. But okay.
No,
Yeah.
no, listen. Shh. I did.
Okay.
All right. So
He definitely did.
Yeah. As per usual, boys, we end it one way. Peace. Love. Coffee house. Mellow, your turn.
Yeah, what he said.